Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at this 3-piece impact socket set intended for removing wheels from Gearwrench. So these are sleeved sockets that are intended to be able to help protect your fancy wheels on your vehicles when you're removing lug nuts. This is a 3-piece kit. This is metric sized only. And it's got 3 color-coded sleeves, blue, yellow, and red. Let's flip the package over, and so you can see it's got a couple multiple languages here on the back. It indicates here thin wall design, helps to provide access in confined spaces. And this includes 17, 19, and 21 millimeter sockets with a 1/2-inch anvil drive size. And if we flip this over to the side, somewhere here we will see that these are made in Taiwan by the Apex Tool Group. And so I've seen these under a couple different brands. Most notably, I've seen a Husky set. Although, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Husky 3-piece set is no longer available. So I already took the saran wrap off the package here to make the unboxing a little bit quicker. We'll remove the sleeve here. This actually comes with a set or a little case here. It does have the flexible plastic hinge in the back here. Not a huge fan of that, but I'm not convinced I'm going to keep the case. And so the part number on here, molded into the case, 84946. We open this up here, and pretty much all we have here is our 3-piece set. Our sizes are marked at the bottom, 17, 19, and 21. So if we take out the yellow 19, we can see how we've got, there's even a little insert in there too, to help to be able to protect the lug nuts that you're taking off in case you got some fancy chrome polished lug nuts. That'll protect that. And then we have our sleeve on the outside. We have a 17 millimeter here in blue. You know, one of the first concerns that I have about this, or these types of sockets here, is how well are these sleeves going to stay on? Are they going to crack? Are they going to roll off? And so the first thing is just to give it a little hand test here, because I can feel just on, as I squeeze it here, there's a little bit of cracking, probably related to the adhesive holding this to the socket itself. And then on the 21, you can see very clearly there's a lug nut protector in there, and these are well oiled from the factory. So just for a point of comparison for size, there's the 17 millimeter in blue. Now I've got a 17 millimeter chrome socket there, and then I have a 17 millimeter impact socket here as well. If we come up over the top and look at the sizes of it, the dimension that we care most about is what's the outside diameter of the socket, because that's going to be restricted by the size of the opening in the wheel that contains the lug nut we need to remove. So we're going to use some dial calipers and take some measurements here and get some quick comparisons here between these 3 sockets to help test the claim of the thin wall socket. So first up, we're going to take the chrome socket. This is probably going to be the thinnest socket that we've got. So all my measurements are going to be in inches, since I've got a set of inch dial calipers. And this is coming in at 0.950 inches. On to the Craftsman, this is a made in USA impact socket. These are all 17 millimeter. And so this is coming up at 1.049 inches. And then for the Gearwrench, this is going to come in at 1.036. So 1.036 on the Gearwrench. So then the difference we're looking at size-wise between this thin-walled sleeved socket and the impact socket comes in at about 0.013 inches is the difference in the outside diameter between these 2 sockets. If we put these 2 here just head to head, it's barely noticeable at all. And so the side here, you can see if we look at these sockets here in a little more detail, this is true for all of them in the set. These are numbered at the bottom here with the individual part number in the event you need to get a replacement. These do have I believe it's a lifetime warranty on these from Gearwrench, and it's clearly stamped with the Gearwrench name, with the size here, encircle with the part numbers in the event you need to make a warranty claim. You've got your part number handy. You've got the hole here depending upon the style of your impact wrench. So the impact wrench that I've got here is my Proto. This has been my go-to wrench. This works well. It has the hog ring on it. And so this goes on like that, and then you use this to be able to remove your wheels or the lug nuts on the wheel, and you should be good. Now we're going to use the 17mm socket. We're going to remove one of the lug nuts on my 06 Saab 9.3 just to see how this holds up and to see if there's any issues with the sleeve and to see how well it performs. On one of these we'll come back and remove these, set to make sure my gun is set in reverse. We're going to be using my trusty Proto gun here. I've got another video about this. I'll put a link to that in the card below. Have to say this is a highly recommended tool if you want air tools. Obviously more compact than battery tools, but that's a whole different video all in and of itself there. And just like that. And in this case here on a European car, we obviously have, instead of lug nuts, we've got these lug bolts. But that's it. And no problem. Sleeve still looks fine. Now I need to come back and reattach that properly and torque that to spec. So as to why you might want to go ahead and purchase a set of these sockets, here's a what I guess I'd call a more premium wheel on the newest vehicle in my garage. This is a little bit of a teaser of a video to come. This is a Volvo. I'm not going to say anything more about it. There'll be another video about this coming in the future. Click subscribe to find out more about that. And on this vehicle here, it has a premium R-Design wheel variety. And so if we take a regular impact socket, this uses a 19mm. And if we need to get to the lug nuts on here, the socket goes in pretty deep, and there is not a lot of space around here to be able to move it. And I don't want to mar up these nice black wheels. I know they're a little bit here, there's a little bit of salt on here that they need to get washed down. But otherwise, these wheels are in really good shape. And so there's not a lot of space there, but you've got about that much depth on an impact socket that's going to get dinged up around in there. If this is being spun on the end of an impact gun. So if we take the yellow sleeved socket and we put it in there, now we've got this plastic protective sleeve and a little bit more clearance around the outside. Every little bit counts, because when on the end of an impact socket, there's going to be that little bit of extra vibration where the socket may wibble wobble around axially around on it as it gets set on the lug nut when you go to remove it. And you've got the plastic sleeve to help absorb some of that without, or at least decreasing the risk of damaging of your fancy wheels. So if you work in a professional industry where you're dealing with the customer's wheels all day, these would be a mandatory item. You know, for a guy in his garage like me, you know, I want to protect these nice wheels on this new car. And so that's why I got this. It's just a cheap bit of insurance so I can use my air tools. Still work the same on electric tools. And so that's your look at these Gearwrench sleeved impact sockets for removing lug nuts on wheels. Now, this video useful and interesting, give it a thumbs up. Check back here for another video. If you got any other comments about these, put it in the comments below, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.